Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Bitcoin pumping. Let's go, baby. Yeah. treachery here for Bitcoin. What's going to happen? We got to hold 118,000. Let's jump on in. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Let's stay hydrated. Let's go. I made gains last night in my sleep. I woke up to money. I don't know if you did, but I'm going to teach you how we do this every single day here on the channel. Feeling the baby blue today, always over here. Shout out to everybody on the live. Let's get that music back up and running. This is the music show. Shout out to everybody here. I can't breathe without my music. Gotta have my music. Gotta have my music. Critical times here for Bitcoin. Let's break it down and show you what I see happening here in BTC land. Bang, bang, bang. We're back in the charts. No days off, no matter what it is. Christmas, summertime, Easter. I don't care the holiday. We are ripping it. Ethereum doing beautiful at 3190. Is ETH going to continue to pump? We're going to break it all down for you today. What's happening to Bitcoin? Are we in a long? Are we still in a long? We are. I long this 200 moving average bounce off the 15-minute. I'm in right now with a stop loss down at about 117,672. If you were in my live yesterday, we longed the 1 hour in front of you right here on these two candles. And it went up, it went down, but we ended up booming. Look, I bought here, I sold there. I bought here, see my B? I sold there. I bought here, I sold there. And now I bought again. You can see I'm buying the bottoms, I'm selling the tops. Last night I sold the exact top on a limit order. I just got lucky the way it happened at 180,090 or something like that. Let me show you where I hit the gains. But it was amazing. Blessings on blessings. I woke up to this trade in the gain. In at 117, out at 118,900. Absolutely beautiful. 117,472, 74%. Imagine making 74% overnight. Go to cryptolifer.com to find out more if you want the knowledge. I teach class the last Saturday of every month. I will be teaching this class in just about under a week and a half. Come on in, hit the QR code to find out more. No, about 2 weeks, but you know what I'm saying. If I could do the math, right? Yeah. The guy does math, but yeah. But he doesn't know what he's doing. But hey, I got to make you laugh somehow over here. So Bitcoin, we're in another live trade right now, down $7, 1.9%, but we already made gains last night. Took this account from $800 to $2,400. It's a pretty sweet triple up, if you ask me. So let's see. Only time will tell. We did lose the NASDAQ trade. Come on, baby. The nasty Nas. Let's take a look here. I had the NASDAQ open right here. Bang. And we did lose this trade. Wanted to see it pump. It wasn't. Was it? Yeah, were we above? Yeah, we were just above the 200. There was my signal right there. They just went after it. They didn't give me the love. Then they did pump it, brought it back down. So I'm leaving the nasty Nas alone at 38.63 on the total of that portfolio there. Made way more money trading Bitcoin recently. It just is what it is, you know. Hey, I'm taking my time with the NASDAQ. I'm not going too hard. Bitcoin, last night, we talked about it being inside a diamond pattern. Let me show you everything that I broke down for my trading group in case you are curious to get in and you would be like, well, what predictions are made? What's happening while I'm not there? Well, look, it's 12:51 in the morning, and I'm doing an update teaching you where Bitcoin's likely going to go. I see the 4-hour reversal to the upside, okay? I talk about there being a diamond. I tell you diamonds are forever. We gave you this trade right here that did not get stopped out. The stop loss was down there. See, 117, like 2 something. It got close, but they did not catch you. If you stayed with me on the exact exchange, BitTX, look, it got within a hair of a wick there, but we got saved in that trade. It ended up pumping throughout the night. So, you never know how the trades are going to happen. You just got to stick to it. And look, diamonds, diamonds are forever. I could see the diamond last night about to break to the upside. That's exactly what happened. The diamond ended up pumping out to the upside. See? Don't forget how much my subconscious mind sees. That'll take you a few more years to see. This just takes time. I didn't see the diamond years ago like that fast. It would have taken me so much more time to see the diamond. It just wouldn't happen like that. You get what I'm saying? It wouldn't boom. So, interesting times. Shout out to all my beautiful people here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time here on a beautiful Wednesday. We also had data. PPI came in pretty bullish, if you ask me, at 0%. So forecasted at 0.2. Previous was 0.1, and it came in at 0. So things are exactly the same as they were month over month. No inflation there. So things are, producer price index. Interesting. So that should be a bullish sign for the markets, although it seems a little flat, though. Not doing anything. Today seems flat. We're hugging the 200 moving average on the 15-minute time frame right there. That's kind of where we stand. Either we break that and dump, or we keep that and pump. I'm willing to take a shot because I already won today, so I'll take a portion of my wins. I won close to $800. I take $150 of that 800. I risk it for more. You see what I'm saying? So there you have it. There's nothing else, for me that's pretty clear. Almost a bit of a cup and handle here, too. And we called out that diamond last night. We got the pump. Shout out to anyone that took the trades with the lifer. You're still in gains. From yesterday's reversal, we called out on the 1 hour. We called out the 1 hour reversal yesterday in front of everyone. Legendary. Stop loss below those wicks. Paid off. And all I did was, hey, I'm going to just get in. I got to remember, right in the middle of this green candle, they tried to come get us again after hours. Like, how hard is that to hold? After 4 hours, you're up huge. 2 hours later, you're down to break even, and then eventually that trade would play out. If you're on emotions, look at the emotions you would have went through if you watched your emotions. You probably would have sold right there, bugged out. I just left the trade alone. Did my thing for the day, and that's when the trade, we saw this as an inverted head and shoulder. We started drawing this too as well. That's a bit of a cup and handy, cup and handy to the upside. You see how it resembles a cup with a handle there. Bitcoin. Cryptocurrency. Look, there's an Adam and Eve right in there. It's just unbelievable how it all plays out over time. And now we're in a beautiful little bull flag that's likely to break to the upside. That's just what's going to happen. And this has a cup and handle vibe. There's your cup, there's your handle, boom. Measured move is the whole length of here to here. So it says you could get somewhere back to even to an all-time high. So be careful here. They might snipe these shorts. Let's take a look at what BOOKMAP is showing us on the bigger picture here. BOOKMAP, link in the description below. You see candlesticks. I see what liquidity. I see what the candlesticks are hiding, liquidity. It still suggests we go down to 115, 114.5. It's been saying that for days now. And it's going to liquidate those longs that think they're sweet down at $115,000. So that's what BOOKMAP says. It has been a slow bleed so far, right? Look, it's slowly on the downside. So, yeah, I mean, you would only assume that that's what's likely going to happen. Let's look at the most bearish scenario for you so you can just kind of be ready. So the most bearish scenario is this is kind of a shoulder, head, right shoulder. And this thing's going to take a topple to the downside, and nobody expects it. Everyone says the bull runs over, got to keep running, and that's it. That was the top, 123,000. We go from there, altcoins pump, and then we're done, I'm not saying that's guaranteed. I'm just, it does look like there could be more pumpage, but we have to be open-minded that anything is possible every single moment in time. Can't force it. Can't force it. So that suggests we go to 110,156. All right? If we get a pullback to the downside. So, yeah, I'm just, that's your bearish scenario. I mean, that's a head and shoulder pattern. That would be the measured move. The length of the wick of the head, the head to the neckline, and then put it at the neckline. 110,000. So it suggests that we could make a pretty nasty dump. There's a gap of the VRVP all the way down to 111. Yeah, you got to start thinking that that's a possibility if we do get a bit of a pullback. Also, erase all that. Go to the daily time frame. Pull your Fibonacci from wick to wick on impulse. And I think you uncannily get a very similar area, $113,000. I'm not saying we're going there for sure. It's all about how the 21 interacts with price. I told you there's two scenarios. One scenario is we make the downward flag. Another scenario is we make an upward flag. When you're very bullish, Bitcoin will trend upward while it's waiting to catch the 21. That's when you're really in like the hot seat. So if we see, 5-day did something like this recently, right? But if we see this and we pull the 21, sometimes we might not even have to touch it. We just get close and then boom. That next target's $134,000 BTC. We pump out the flag on the daily. So the daily is going to tell us the regular time frames. They're going to teach us a lot. And the next few days, what's going to happen? Our 4-hour too as well. Getting the bounce. Could it be a right shoulder though? Tweezer tops. You close this tweezer top today on the 4-hour in the next, an hour and 31 minutes. This 4-hour candle closes. Right click this. Always go down to more, they change labels. Count down to bar close. You want to know when your bars are going to close on every time frame. When I change it to the 6-hour, it gives me 3 hours and 31, right? It tells me on every time frame when my bar will close. Really nice feature to have, and it kind of gives you that insight for the confirmation of when the bar actually does close. All right, so let's break it down. Let's take a look at that monthly, halfway through the month. Strong monthly. Looks interesting. Could be the rising wedge that needs to pump. Like hasn't even broken out yet, you see? And the monthly would do some damage. $171,000 for the monthly. Doesn't see we can get much higher than that. 1, 2, 3, one leg, somewhere like that. And then that I don't know. That could be a blow off top of sorts. People are saying 200, 280. You never know. That's the problem. That's why I buy spot Bitcoin. And now I'm just like so taken care of by spot Bitcoin. Like everything else is a game. Leverage is a game. It's all fun to me. I did so good DCAing for so long that now I just get to chill. It's insanity. May God keep me safe and healthy now is the only thing that I need to stress. And be here for my kids and be here for each and every one of you. I pushed the rock to the top, baby. I grinded it out. Somehow, some way, I made it out the rat race. I don't know how, but I did. And now I just got to keep grinding and helping as many people as I can, extending a hand and pulling you out of the rat race. How many people can I get off the 9 to 5 as possible? I will work 7 days a week. You know why? I care so much more about that look in someone's eye when they get freed. And I'm the one that helped them get free. And I meet them in real life and they look right at me. Hold on, I need a second here. They look right at me and they're like, Sammy, you changed my life. And I'm like, no, you changed my life because you made me realize I could change your life. And that made me realize like anything is possible. And there's such I know to the people that have met me, I know you know exactly what I'm saying deep in my eyes, right? And that is what I go for. All the money comes from all that other stuff. You'll live a life of love, it'll all come, it'll follow. But I'm telling you, I'm chasing that moment right now for each and every one of you. And you're going to meet me one day and you're going to remember this time. And you're saying, man, I remember when I found you online. God bless you. And I'm going to say, God bless you, man. Thank you so much. And God bless everybody here on the channel. May you have a wonderful day. May you always have a positive attitude. May you push forward. And may you have the most positive people in your life. And if you don't, please get rid of them. They're the devil's work and they'll do nothing but pull you down. Cut them off immediately and move on and save room for someone that's going to be positive in your life. Don't spend time on negative people. There's no need of it. Let's go down to the weekly chart and see what's happening on the 2-week. 2-week chart still looks good to me. Nothing has really changed. That inverted head and shoulder broke out. I see it's like a breakout of the rising wedge. All is going well so far on the 2-week chart. No reason to panic. We are a little far from the 200 moving average, but no reason to panic. Everything kind of in its place. Here too, the moving averages are starting to get far apart, but not as far apart as when we're at the end of a rally. So it does suggest we're at a good base. We could start to pump here further to the upside, and I like what we're seeing. And it does suggest $171,000 BTC. Now, if the weekly candle closes red, that will be a little bearish for me. Whether it's a pullback, whether we retest, I don't know. I know nothing but the factor mode ignorance, but I do know that we have support there at 109,155. How I made the trade I made last night is because I did all the due diligence. The morning I woke up, I did the update. Right? During the live stream, I do the update. Last night, I did the update before I went to bed. That's like 15 to 20 minutes of updating on Bitcoin. Never mind just constantly in the hour that I do here. On top of that, I assess the market, and then I go from there. So the whole thing is a compilation of constant work. You see what I'm saying? It never ends. And next thing you know, you hit a gain last night, and everyone's like, oh, he's awesome. And it's like, it's not an accident, though. Like, I've worked for years to hit that gain last night. Like for me to be able to pull off the diamond call last night and the reversal on the 1 hour, that took me years to do. Like it wasn't something that I just got lucky doing. Like I didn't get lucky last night, and I didn't get lucky yesterday when I showed you guys the live on the 1 hour. Like everyone said, oh, he got lucky. He called it long again, you know. But I'm telling you, it's not luck when you do it every single day. It's you make it happen. You're somebody that believes in opportunity, and you call opportunity into your life. I believe that there was opportunity coming for me, so I found along for the trading group when we hit for gains. Because I knew for a fact I was going to find opportunity, and I did. Amen. God bless everyone that knows that they are the opportunity and nothing can stop them from becoming the most opportunistic thing in the game. Because it's you, and it always has been. The second you realize that, you're in control. The second you blame anything but yourself for anything, you've lost control. Stop blaming anyone and anything for any of your shortcomings or where you are in life. Yeah, your dad may have beaten you. Yeah, you may have been born in the poorest town in Louisiana. Yeah, these are facts, okay? It happened. Now get over it and move on and make it work. Read books about people that grew up poorer than you and made more than you did. Just keep putting it in your face. You don't even have to. That's what I love about life. People get offended when someone talks to them. A book ain't someone telling you anything. A book is right there for you to read. And right there, the book will tell you the truth. It'll tell you that you have it in you to go all the way. Go in and read a bunch of biographies. There's more than a few orphans out there that have made it. Some of the richest people in the world were born poor. Howard Schwartz of Starbucks, one of 9 children born in the tenement, the poor, projects of Brooklyn, had nothing. Billionaire. You know what I'm saying? Stop making excuses for it. Everybody here has a chance to become a billionaire because you have the belief in yourself, and the belief in yourself could attract $1 billion or more. Everybody here in the chat, put a 444 if you believe you can make $1 billion in this life. I'm putting it 444. I just wrote it. Put a 444 if you believe you can become a billionaire in this life. All right? Who here in the chat believes they can make $1 billion in this life? Why not? It's not what happened to you. It's what you do about it. Amen. 100%. I got Lakochi. He's a billionaire mindset. We got Manny with billionaire mindset. We got Crypto Military with billionaire mindset. We got all these people with a billion. This is where I want to be. This is the channel. This is the place. When I see this many people that believe they could be a billionaire, this is it. I've never been in a room this big with this many people that want to become billionaires in my entire life. Never. Everyone else kind of laughs at me when I say stuff like this. Wow. Look at the 444s piling in. So the belief is real here. I'm around real people that believe in themselves. This is awesome. And it's not even about the money. It's about dreaming big. If your dreams aren't making regular people laugh, then they're just not big enough, baby. 5-day chart has a nice wick to the upside. I do not want to see it close this way, though. Let's move to the 3-day chart. Are you feeling the motivation? Are you feeling the movement? I am. It's like a frequency, right? When we start to rock, man, my voice pounds through that mic. Didn't sound right. But my voice pounds, my voice comes through the mic strong, and I feel a high frequency when I get into that mode. 3-day chart, another, tweezer top. That closes in 1 day and 10 hours. Not my favorito. So let's take a look here at the daily. In the daily, I'd love a bounce. And we got it last night on the smaller time frames. I'd like it to complete. I'd like this daily candle to close green. So we're looking for a daily candle green close. 8 p.m. tonight. And we're looking for this, the 21-day moving average to slow up into price action, make a bit of a rising wedge, some type of consolidative pattern here that won't, bag us all the way back down to 111, 109. We could get a wick down to 115, as you can see. It's a key area. All right. Bitcoin battling the 15-minute 200 moving average. Yep, we're going to get to that too. 22 and the 12, my little go-tos. Let's take a look here. They're getting oversold with a bounce. Stochastics is moving down while price is moving up. That's a bullish sign for me that we could see some bacon on the beach, so to speak. Hey, we haven't said that in a while. Let's take a look here at the 8-hour time frame, bouncing off the 21-day moving average. Everybody knows that's a go-to of mine, right? Bull flag. Touching the 21. Oversold stochastic. MACD showing signs of a move back to the upside on the curve. RSI in a pretty good spot after some bearish div. Nice bounce. Take a fib from Impulse, which would be this wick right there. You see right there? Right there. I mean, you're bouncing pretty dang close to that 618 golden pocket. You're basically right on top there, 618 bounce. So, hey, we're getting some confluence, combined influence, things that are making sense. 21 touching on the 4-hour time frame. Here's the deal. Do we make the right shoulder? Shoulder, head, right shoulder. Is this it? Are we on our way to the downside? Completing that liquidation that BOOKMAP suggests. Breaking it from the neckline somewhere down to 109,007. All right, we'll get rid of this stuff for now, but somewhere down to 109,000. I mean, 111. I mean, that's a deep. I keep getting 110, 111 area, right? So. Live trade still here. We're still sitting pretty here on the 15-minute, battling the 200 moving average. I'm sitting there with my stop on the other side. As long as we hold the 200, I win. If we don't, I lose. They've been basically hanging out here. I have to be honest, I see a bit of a slant at Adam and Eve, right? Which looks like I'm going to lose, but you never know. But that doesn't look amazing. Let's get back to the Bitcoin analysis. Almost more important than the live trade at this point, in my humble opinion, because the live trades, you know, that's for me saying, look at my wins. You know, this is the education that we're looking for. I mean, you learn a lot in the live trade. Let's, you know. So here we are. We bring this down and clear. There's a resistance for Bitcoin at about 118,650, 118,005. We'll call it 118.7. Really want to see this candle close above that candle for confirmation of a continuation move here. 4 hours oversold, suggesting a bounce. I like it. The 8-hour had hidden bullish divergence too, right? I mean, we swung this up. Well, this is swinging down. And we'll double click here just to... Yeah, that's a downtrend technically, yeah. I mean, that's hidden bullish divergence. Says we'll break this high before we break this low. So it says we could go somewhere here, but never below 111. That's just what the hidden bullish means. It's pretty accurate. They've been spot on recently. Let's take a look at the 1-hour time frame for Bitcoin, and then we can see previous support is resistance, resistance, resistance right there at 118.150. We wicked to it twice, almost double bottom. And here we are on the 15-minute, battling the 200 moving average. So you can kind of see, like, there wasn't much to trade today. Like, wasn't much action. I took what you could take. I got in, put my stop loss close, and I already won when I woke up this morning. So, like, we turned this into money. See this? When no one else saw, I saw a diamond. It's crazy, right? The subconscious mind is so beautiful. And once you train it, it can start to see so many things. I mean, that's a diamond. That's a reversal pattern. Says you're going to reverse back up to the range. You got a gap in the VRVP. You got high volume nodes. Like, you tell me what's going to happen. I taught you guys everything I could. I gave you guys the sauce for days and girls. Everybody here, ladies and gentlemen, all you beautiful people. And then this is oversold in the stochastics RSI too as well. RSI looks good to me. MACD says it could move. Look at 17.77. Why is that 777? So interesting. Always the 777 somewhere, somehow, some way, every single day. I guess I'm looking for it, but dang, I mean, you have to like sit there to do that. Look, now it's 69. How I got that to 777, I don't even know. So Bitcoin doing damage. If you want to jump on in and trade what we traded, you can trade on weeks. Beautiful, beautiful place to trade. Great customer service. Bitfinex, where I traded this from $800 to $2,500 quickly. Tripled up real quick on Bitfinex. Can we continue the streak and keep the streak alive? Let's see. Turned it into 10 grand. $800 into 10 grand. Can we keep it moving? We got 2,400 in the Tilly. 24,490. Let's see. This trade would add to it. We get the pump. We'd add another 630 to the trade. We'd cap off at about almost, yeah, we'd hit exactly a little over 3,000. Be an awesome trade. Or we're going to lose about 121. See the risk there? Proper risk management for a good, you know, even a little high for a portfolio this big. But it's not the whole portfolio, you see, you know. So we got money to back up that portfolio over here. But Bitfinex seems like it's struggling. Doesn't look amazing. So right now, like, the bulls are kind of, you know, up and down, back and forth. Wouldn't be surprised if we do take the dump. We take the dump, then it's kind of the right shoulder on the 4 hour. And it could start a massive dump. So if we lose the 1 hour 200 moving average, or actually the 15, this could be the beginning of a massive short if we lose the 15 200 moving average. So right now, this is kind of a big deal. We hold this and we pump. We fend off the wolves for the day, and it changes the whole scenario. Nice little pump back to 118,500 almost. I like what I'm seeing here. And resistance at 121,200. All right. Also some resistance here at 120. But a pretty straight road back to 120. Not a lot, right? Little poker there at 119 where these two candles stick out right there. But, you know. So let's see what happens. I do not know the future. I cannot predict the future. But I can show you what's likely going to happen based off probability. And I can tell you what I do based off what I know. And I'm taking along here. You do whatever makes you happy. I'm on Bitfinex longing. And I told you, I'm the king of 3%. Oh, come on. It was just, wait. I had 3.78 a second ago, moving so fast over here. I'm the king of 3%. Give me my 3%, and I can walk away a happy man. I'm the king of 3%. I told you over here. 3.76. Hey, paisano. So can we get the pump? Now we're up 5% almost. Nice 17 bucks. Let's see what happens to the trade. You can see my stop loss way above my liquidation. Not playing games, you know, staying in control. The one thing that Mark Douglas taught me, the older trader that I read the book, Trading in the Zone. I love this book. I love Mark Douglas. He helped me. He changed my whole life. You know, the one thing he taught me, and for day trading specifically, if you're going to day trade, Mark Douglas is the man. If you're going to day trade, anyone can, you know what I mean? Not anyone, but I made my money investing. Looking at things, speculating, buying them long term, and getting out when I needed to. I feel like this is like slanted today or something. Sorry. I just like, always like, something going on over here. I gotta like, I don't know, nobody cares. Like, now he's messing with his pocket square over here. It's slanted, right? You see, it should be higher up from here and lower down there. There we go. That's better off. I just think, you know, it was a little, wasn't right. There was something wrong with the guy's pocket square. I couldn't understand. During the meeting, I just kept looking at it. Harry, you're not supposed to look at the pocket square. You're supposed to be listening. I know, but I just couldn't stop the way it looked. So, hey, can we get this move further to the, there's 100 movies in my head always playing. You might just be in them. So, here, can we, that didn't sound right. Not those types of movies. Good movies, like Bambi and stuff, you know what I mean? Cinderella. Hey, 8% on the trade. Can we get the pump? I've been on a massive streak here, too, with Bitfinex. I still can't believe I saw a diamond out of this insanity chop. Most people just got chopped up and lost tons of money. I was buying the tops and buying the bottom, selling the tops. Now we're about the bottom again at almost the exact perfect time. We may be able to close this out again. And some days you're just in the zone as a trader. I can't explain it. Like, you just see it like you're like grain, man. And then there's weeks where it just doesn't happen. I've had weeks where I can't lose. I've had weeks where I can't win. It's okay. It happens. This is trading. It's like being a quarterback. The best quarterbacks have a little bit of a streak sometimes. Even Tom Brady had a couple days here and there. You know, not many, but he had a couple that he had to get himself out of and redirect. It happens to the greatest ever. You know, Michael Jordan, they said he missed, 50 or 60% of all the shots he took at the end of the game? Or so? I don't know. I don't want to know the percentage. I don't want to. But he said he missed like 491 shots at the end of the game. Everyone remembers the one he hits. You see what I'm saying? Everyone, but he missed them too, man. You know, the whole point is you got to take a shot, and you're not always going to win. I'm going to show up live on this trade. If you told me I was going to hit every single trade on my live stream every time, I'd be elated, right? But we know that's just not going to happen. We know the odds of that are low. Right? I'm going to win, hopefully, most of the time. That's what I can pray for. Hopefully way more than most of the time. You know? But again, I think last few weeks, last 5 or 6 days, every time I open up a live trade, even if it was a small trade, like I hit $2,000 trade at night, open up a trade for $1,500 for the end scalp. Couldn't hit. Open up, again, Sunday night, thousands of dollars. Monday, get hit off. So you look like anyone watching me, this guy loses, but I'm hitting. So it just, and that can be vexing. But at the same time, I got to tell myself it is probability and it's life. And if I go through it, you go through it, and we all go through it in some way, shape, or form. I go through it live on the stream, but which just accentuates it, exacerbates it, I guess that wouldn't want to say, but, you know what I'm saying. So, hey, we may be starting to get the pump now. Everything's starting to go our way. 14% on the trade, $50 on 386. I mean, if you're making $50 off $380, you're doing something pretty smart. okay? Remember, 90% of traders are losing their money, 5% are doing okay, and there's really 5% really doing anything in the market. So if you're winning today, if you move your stop loss to break even, you're doing better than 90%. Remember that. If you're moving your stop loss to break even, you're doing better than 90% of people. That's what people don't realize, how tough this game is, right? This is the hardest thing, the easiest, hardest way to make money, some people say. 100%. And again, I am not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. Please get yourself your own financial advisor or do your own due diligence before getting into, and do your own due diligence before getting into any project, coin, or trade. I want to make that very clear. I'm a teacher, you're a student. I will never go over your portfolio, tell you what to buy or sell. I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'll show you and we go from there. Bitcoin getting a nice little pump back to 118,764. Back to that high we just recently sold at. We ping pong back to the bottom. Right near the 200 moving average can be the best prices ever. This is a bit of a cup and handle. I'd like to see us pump back to 121,000. Looks like Bitcoin just may get the pump. Let's take a look at another time frame. I'm going to take a look at my weeks account here. Weeks, baby, weeks. And we're going to get a futures trade here on weeks up and running. Looks like I have a quick second to take a look here at what's happening. Shout out to the mini forums, man. Love these computers. They're absolutely beautiful. Shout out to my whole team. Shout out to Sean. Shout out to Jamie. Shout out to my wife and everybody out there that makes this entire stream possible. Blessings on blessings. I'm blessed to have such an amazing group of people. If I didn't have such an amazing group of people, there's no way we'd be doing as good as we are, man. So through the bull market, through the ups, through the downs, it does not matter. The bearish times ever, we doubled in the bear market. We doubled the trading group in the bear market where everyone else was bugging out. We found opportunity. We saw that Luna didn't look right. Things just, it was an interesting time. So we know we have that 15-minute 200 moving average in the background. And we always go to it to double check, see where it's looking, right? This thing looks like it could moon with vengeance. It's pumping hard now since we got in. That trade is ripping on BitDNX. Now it's up 30%. I mean, I don't know. Ooh, wow, it's flying now. Man, I mean, like, dang. Now I feel like I'm chasing. But the 15 minutes still has gas. That takes you to 101, 22, 434. And then 117,785. And if there's infinite trades and infinite time, right, you know what I mean, abundance, then you don't have to stress. This one we just do 240, 220 for 750. We make $1,500 for the day. Well, we lose 300. It's like the key is, we already made money today. So going back home without money at the end of the day kind of stinks. So if you've already won, you might as well check it off as a win. That's how I look at it. And so that's proper risk management. That's how you trade. This is weeks. As you can see, I seamlessly made the trade on weeks. I can move my stop loss up or down. Confirmation. Same with my take profit. If I feel like it might go higher, I can be like, you know what? I think I should rate. Last night, I had this here on BitDNX. I'm about to go to sleep, right? It was 2 in the morning. I said, man, it looks like it's going to go higher. And I raised it up like this and went to bed. Bang, I nailed the bigger trade. Whatever my instincts, whatever made me raise that take profit right before I went to bed, but it just things that you do as traders. And you go from there. So 24%, so far so good. We're trading on BitDNX and weeks at the same time. And we'll look at that Tech 100 and see what's happening to that nasty NASDAQ on that 1 minute. Getting pretty close to another one of my signals too there. I mean, you're cracking the 200 moving average on the 1 minute time frame with the 21 in flow. Let's take a look at the 5 minute. 5 minute is also getting above the 200. That's interesting. Might be a place to take a bit of a trade here. I just want to peep the scalp and see where we'd have to go. 23,118. And I may just want to focus on my Bitcoin trade today and altcoins, right? Because altcoins are hot right now. Let's talk about altcoins. DJI 6930 pumping. Looks like this thing's on its way to Valhalla. And now it's got a $23 million market cap. I looked at it when it was first 660,000. It's up a 25, 26x at this point from when I found it, a 27x. That's insane. 10 grand turns into $270,000. This is serious money in the crypto space. People don't realize, man. And that's why I keep my eyes open to everything and anything. And I can pretty much catch when there's a winner. And I got other people that look for winners too. And they, I listen to them. This is tight. It made it beautiful. Then I put it out here to the trading group somewhere at 004. And it's almost about to hit a 6x here, a little under a 6x from when I first put it out to the trading group too, DJI6930. So you do you. I personally own it now. I do have a part. I bought some of this coin. I don't know the team or anything like that. I'm completely independent, but I did buy it myself. So, hey, I'm in. We'll go from there. We'll see what happens. I think, this thing gets to where SPX is at $1 billion market cap. Think about it. It gets to $2.4 billion market cap. That's 100x. It gets to 1.2. That's a 50x from $20 million, right? Because it can 5x basically. It can 4x now to 100 mil, and then it can do a 10x there to 100 to a bill. It could basically 40 to 50x in realistically in the next 6 to 7 months. If anything can, it looks like it may. So that's on my radar. DJI 6930 on Sol. And again, it could also go to zero or turn to nothing. Very high risk of 100%. When I get into stuff like that, I know for sure it's high risk. Bitcoin doing damage. Broke out the flag to the upside. Trades are just ripping now. Both trades of the money. And let's see, can we get the flow to the upside? It would be an awesome day if we get that pump. So I'm giving you 2 live trades here. One on Weeks, one on Bit10X. You can't beat it. All right, you can't beat it. Hey, I might as well. Now I'm also going to look here on my MEXC account. MEXC also did no fees the last few days trading Bitcoin. So you made some monster trades on Bitcoin and then had to trade not had to pay a fee on it. God bless MEXC for doing that. Unbelievable. So jump on in today. Also, we're doing an awesome campaign here on Weeks. Sign up today and you get access to up to $30,000 and futures bonuses if you complete everything, hit the amount of volume, but still really good futures buyback, futures event right now for Weeks. So jump on in today, and I think that's available for everybody. But even if you're new, hit the link. Definitely take advantage of that. Whenever they do these promotions, they do them to get promotions going on. They got to bend, they got a lot of money, so they give a little more, and they give them to the communities that have worked the hardest. So I get the rewards of this. So I'm being honest. This is just how the exchange business works. So if you're gonna trade, you might as well trade where you get the most for your buck. And Weeks is gonna hook you up. So check it out today. Find out more at Weeks.com. Hit the link, and I'm trading on it anyway. It's what I do. So I just teach you guys where I go and what I do. I trade on Weeks. If you want to trade where I trade, that's where I'm trading. We make it really simple too to find the links. If you want to jump on in, they're right here, up in the pinned comment. Let's take a look at the live chat, not the top chat. They always do be doing that. Trump said he'll find a way. I guarantee they get rid of Jerome Powell. I'm telling you right now. Everyone else says he's unfireable. It can't happen. It's not allowed. All this stuff. I guarantee they find a way to get rid of that dude. I'm telling you right now. He's gone. I don't see how he's going to be around much longer. But again, that's one of my predictions. Let's see what happens. And I'm nothing against the guy. He seems like a great guy. No problems. I'm just able to kind of see the future a little bit. And that dude is not around. DJI 6930, please, Sammy, it broke out. We nailed it for you. For the machine, much love. Shout out to Mad B. Mad B, thank you for hooking up the machine. My wife and I both trade your system now. We are becoming free because of you. Love the 99. Thank you, Sam. Him and his wife are having fun together. They're probably having even more, in the bedroom because they're making gains together. Now they're making gains in the bed. No, I'm sorry. I should never talk like that. No, but honestly, when you do something with your wife and it works out financially and you're both figuring it out together, that makes you both more attracted to each other. I don't care what anybody says. Me and my wife are building together. When money comes in on our business together, it's she's attracted to me that look at this beautiful pump for Bitcoin. And there we go. Sammy did it again. Sammy, cup it handy to the upside. We can almost bring that stop loss. I can shave it now. Now look at my risk. $60 now. Imagine that. You're worth millions. You can only lose $60. That's how you do it. Every day you basically push that purse forward. Stops, I see people that have way less than me risking way more than me. And I'm like, but you have less than me. How are you risking more than I am? Like, why are you riskier than me? You need to be, anyway, I get it. There's a time where I had nothing. I put everything into Bitcoin, like everything I had. It was what it was. Now, this looks like a bit of a short squeeze here. Let's take a look at BOOKMAP and see what's happening. But they are squeezing these shorts. 119,200 now for Bitcoin. A beautiful call in the trading group. A beautiful call here on the live. And what a nice pump to the upside here for Bitcoin. Everything kind of going our way today so far. I've seen this go right back the other way in a second, so you never know. Wouldn't mind just taking that for 140. I could do that 10 times today and make, it only took a second. How long have we been in the trade? 5 to 10, 20 minutes at the most? We're very far from the 21-day moving average on the 3-minute time frame. Very, a little far there. Ooh, look at that spike that just had. That was crazy. I just saw that in half a second. And you can see how attentive this too is. See how the numbers are changing in a second? Very attentive. Internet is strong. I'm on an island, so far so good. Everything rocking. Same thing here. Very attentive. Numbers moving fast. You're seeing what's happening. So I really like it. Like, this is just supremely speed of light over here on Bit2Next. And, they're doing great at Weeks and MEXC. I bought some ME token, MEE. All right. It looked like it's going to explode. I have no idea. I'm speculating on it. You do whatever makes you happy. But I bought a little ME token. My trading group knows already. I bought it last night. It's pretty flat, though. It hasn't really changed much. A little bit of a bull pennant there, though. Looks like it could do some damage. MEE. Very small. And again, it could probably go to zero. Who knows? I'm highly speculative on it. So no guarantees at all. Just want to share with you what I did. I'm getting a little looser with it. I bought a meme. I bought this. I haven't done that in a long time. Tells me the market is slightly shifting because I don't like to get risky until I see there's like a good probability for risk, for the appetite of the risk to really grow. And so let's see. And today even seems a little sketchy. A lot of back and forth. Bullish, though. All right. Let's take a look here at the rest of these awesome super chats. Chris Juckham, we love you, brother. Mad B, and so we did it. We did everything asked except for here. GPU from TLA 989. He asked for GPU as the super chat. Let's take a look at GPU as this 15-minute did bounce off the 200 moving average, our go-to known play, and everything is kind of starting to go in our favor. It would be awesome if by the time I go to sleep tonight, we surpass 121.5, hit the target, and again, we call it another beautiful move for Bitcoin. Everything looking clean. I like what I'm seeing here, and I like when the day just goes the way it's supposed to go. Not every day goes like that. So I cherish these days. GPU pumped up to the 200 moving average, something that I see many times after a bit of a boom. We talked about it bouncing off the 618. It came to that first target at 40 cents. There it is at 48. And when these are tight, you pump up to the 200 moving average. So I would see how this eventually will meet the 200 somewhere at about 48. And you can see it's a bit of a giant double bottom. So let's talk about that. It's a giant double bottom. And so you would play it as such. The trader that sees the pattern and just trades the pattern without using any other brain power is usually the trader that makes the most, like just, yep. So you buy right here. If you had a stop loss somewhere near these lows here, and then you'd go for the double bottom to play out. Now it might go down or up, it might go up or down. You don't really care what it does. Chop, chit, none of this matters. The overall idea is that it's going to hit the target at one point at 91 before it loses this double bottom. So you're good to go. Now the best entry was here. Shoulder head, right shoulder there, but it's okay. Still looks like it's going to go. If the market's going to do its thing, it's going up. If it doesn't, then something's wrong. Like the whole market's crashing, and maybe you don't want to be in it anyway. To be more precise, you could watch here and show how the daily makes a bit of a flag. Looks like 4 to 5 days from now, the daily could be ready for a continuation pump. And it will pump up to its 200 moving average. And then we have a target there at about 58. And then all the way to 91. So it does look interesting to me. GPU, giant double bottom. Target to 90 cents. Can you look at CELR for that one guy? Tory CELR. I thought it was a... God bless him, man. I think, but I never really believed in the investment there. Wow, that looks nice. Well, CELR is a good, it's a decentralized phone network, if I'm correct. But I just don't know if it has, What I'm seeing here is a couple things. I'm seeing the Adam and Eve double bottom, the slanted one that almost nobody would see, but the lifer with that lifer vision. That could do some damage here all the way up to about 0.13, all right? I started backtesting this idea, these slanted, downtrending, drunken Adam and Eves. They started playing out all day after that last dump into the big pump in 2024, right? Can you believe it? Since March of 2024, that's when everything was hot. That was it. That was the time to sell the whole market and get back in somewhere. And it almost right now at these lows, it's kind of crazy. Take a whole year off. So we're watching to see this get sideways here on the daily. Look at the 777s there. We're watching to see that get sideways on the daily. Looks like it very well may. Looks somewhat bullish. I like the 4 hour. So the 4 hour is like big, what Bitcoin's doing. That's a bull flag on that's about to pump. Whole market looks like it's about to rip. I feel like it can get to the next, resistance. Whole market looks like it's going to rip. I call CELR to 1104. Looks very obvious that that's going to happen. Based on my years of doing this, I mean, the charts look hot. I don't own any of it. It doesn't matter to me what it does, so I'm not pushing it for any agenda. I'm literally that TA guy that's just giving you the technical analysis. And, that looks absolutely pretty nice to me. But you tell me. It's up to you. People love this show because you guys like TA as much as me. Like, I'm a straight nerd when it comes to this stuff. Do you think Bitcoin dominance could retrace back? Because on the day chart, there is a gap. Could you look at how... We'll take a look at the daily chart for Bitcoin. He said something about the CME gap. Let's take a look at the CME futures for BTC. We do have a gap there between 114 and 115. Interesting. Yikes. You see it there on the 4 hour time frame? See it there on the daily. So we got a gap on the CME. 95% of gaps get filled. Not every gap though, but 95%. And usually when you're this close, so it would be highly likely we close this gap, I would have to say. Like, the odds are in our favor that we do close the gap, but there's a lot of people saying a lot of stuff. So, short squeeze happening. The trade is going very well right now. 119,350 now, plowing ahead. And now we got liquidity that wasn't there before at 121,100, suggesting we can get to 121,100 for Bitcoin. I may have called the beautiful reversal yesterday on the live stream too. Unbelievable. Hey, Sammy, can we take a look at AERO? Yes, we will. Shout out to JC, the average gamer. We love you, brother. Thank you. We'll take a look at Neuro. Wow, look at all the stuff that just came in now. Super chats abound. You people are amazing. We got Neuro, good sir, from TLA 989. So we looked at CELR. We got to look at Bitcoin dominance. My man, Crypto Cow 82 says, God bless you and the fam, Sam. 777 for the lifers. Can you check out VeChain? Looks ready to pop. Good luck, everyone. God bless. Shout out to my man. Love you, brother. Hope everything's going well. I always remember, man, our one-on-ones and our time, man. You've been so awesome and respectful. Hope everything's going well with you and yours. Bitcoin absolutely ripping it to the upside. 119,500, kids. We are in the money now on the long. No questions asked. That is a massive move. Stop losses now move to break even. You can celebrate a nice fat win here for the lifers. I don't know about the week's trade, but I can definitely bring up the risk. That thing is plowing to the upside. 600 now for BTC. Be a good place to kind of clip my day trades. I mean, those are huge. That's like, to me, unsustainable. I'll move the stop loss to break even there. I got to look at the smaller time frames and see how long I can hang, though. This thing is absolutely flying. Bitcoin ripping to the upside, doing the Damage cheese. And Sammy called it again, a massive short squeeze here on BOOKMAP as they rip to the upside. 700 now for Bitcoin. Unbelievable. And I'm moving this into position to take profits. We're going to make this a nice fat day here. And we already won this morning. We woke up in gains. Remember that. We're going to keep raising these stop losses into position. And by golly gee oh my, we're going to take everything they give us here on this chart. Let's take a look at the 1 minute, getting so far away from the 21-day moving average. I'm going to be getting out right there. Clip that trade with a sell. Buy right there. Sell right there absolutely nailed it. The same thing here on weeks. We just absolutely took it down. That's how you do it. That's how you make live gains. It's been too long, baby. Let's go. Let's go. And that's why I get out of bed in the morning every single day and push, baby, because you never know what you're going to find. Call it Mr. Opportunity. Opportunity is going to find us. It's on the way right now, handing us gains if we pay attention. Look at that beautiful move to the upside for Bitcoin. And that 15-minute was just a rally of rallies. Bitcoin. Now we look at the smaller time frames. Is this going to continue? I usually sell a little early into the pump to guarantee the win. Wow, we've been nailing it. We've been absolutely nailing it now. Looks like there could be some more gains coming. If you can hang out all day, there could be some more gains coming. But man, I'm happy we made gains yesterday during the day. I came home, I made gains at night. I made gains now. We haven't lost a trade now on BitNX. 3 or 4 trades straight. This has been sick. Shout out to anyone trading on BitNX with me and dialing in. If you're dialed in with me, you're ready maybe for the next possible long. We keep hitting, so there's no, when you keep hitting, you have the capital to, to lose a little bit. Now we've won so much, we can be a little more risky. And see, that helps you stay in more trades. See, this is why, and it's not over trading. It's really, once you've been in the market for a long time, you have a really good day and you assess it and it's a Thursday, or a Wednesday or Tuesday or Wednesday, you say, well, the odds are in my favor now. So if the odds are in my favor, I might as well complete, I can add a little bit. See, this is how I make more money because I know when to add a risk and when not to. This is not a crappy Monday back and forth and you just win. You walk away for the day. It's a beautiful Wednesday with liquidity and things are going in your favor. Then you look for a little more. Why not? And it's not being greedy. What you don't do is risk everything you just made. Me personally, like if I just made 5,000, I don't go 5,000 for 15 then. You see what I'm saying? And then go home with no money. I make 5,000, I'll risk maybe 500 for 15 now. Maybe I can add another 1,500 bucks to the win and stop being so greedy. Then I go to bed up even bigger. Or I just lose a small amount and I'm still up on the day and I've learned my lesson from giving back my gains. I don't do that anymore. And days go by and days go by and the next 2-3 years go by and I have more money than I had before. Understand, I keep realizing I was paying attention to the smallest time and not realizing that if I just built a habit, years would go by and then I'd be up. Take it from me. Stay simple. The simpler you are, the more you can accomplish because you can't do 100 things a day. But you can do a few simple things a day. Like I can live stream every day. I can trade. It's pretty simple, right? Some call it boring. It's discipline though. It's the same sauce over and over again every single day. Every day. This is neuroplasticity. I was watching a video last night. What was I watching? What do I spend my time watching? I let you guys know with Life for Big Ideas. Fall asleep to this and change your life. Napoleon Hill's wisdom, 3 hours of Napoleon Hill wisdom to fall asleep to. He says, every man has a conscious that never ends, a subconscious mind. When you go to sleep at night, your subconscious mind doesn't stop. It sits and thinks of the things you thought about throughout the day. If you beat yourself up today, if you talked about negatives, if you only focused on the negative things, if you did drugs and alcohol, then that's the things you're going to focus on while you're in bed at night. If you did amazing with your life, if you showed up, if you were disciplined, if you believe the next day will be full of discipline, if you keep pushing, then that's how you're going to meditate at night. So who's the person that's going to make more money, you think? The guy that meditates on progression, on discipline, or the guy that meditates on his shortcomings, on worry, who goes to bed not knowing when he's going to pay the bills? Which man lives in abundance? Which man creates the abundance? It's the mind that creates the abundance. I'm giving you the law. These are laws. These are laws of the universe. They've been taught to me. I live by these laws. Laws of detachment, laws of attraction, right? If you want something, you make it open. The other day I went to go get a grill. I wasn't sure if they had it in stock. On the phone, he says, I'm not sure we have that. We may have one. I said, they're going to have it and they're going to give it to me. I went there, and when I left the car, I could have left the car by itself in an in-case place, like you never know. No, I went to the car, I put all the seats down, I removed everything. My buddy said, what are you doing? I said, I'm making sure there's room because I know we're getting the grill today. Now, you could have said it was a coincidence when they had an extra grill and it ended up fitting in the car perfectly when we took the wings off. We were home with that grill in 15 minutes instead of waiting for them to order one and all that nonsense. Bang. You see what I'm saying? No, that's simple. I know it's just a simple thing, and some people would laugh at that. Like, that was just a coincidence. You're not into... But people don't realize how much of your mindset is creating your reality. And if you're doing that all the time, you're always creating that space for that grill. Then there's going to be that grill moving on in. You know, there's $1,000 grill. It's a nice grill. It wasn't, you know, so my whole point is you create opportunity in your life by actually creating the nest for the birds to come and lay, you know, lay the eggs, or I don't know what to say, you know, weird metaphor there, but you build the nest and people respond. Look, we just sold the local top in front of everybody. We didn't have to freak out. Now look for it to kind of do its thing. How did I know that was the top? We were getting a huge pump away from the 21. I've sold that pump on a Monday, on a Tuesday, Wednesday morning between 11 and 10 and 12 o'clock. Like, I don't know, 1,000 times now, even on the live stream. How many times have you guys seen me do the short squeeze here? It's like magic. They call me Sammy Short Squeeze Orange Juice on Sunday mornings because we do it so well. We serve it up. Look at this 77. 8 accounts liquidated, or 77 accounts liquidated, 29 accounts liquidated. They just liquidated the shorts like you wouldn't believe. Look at that short liquidation. Oh my goodness, BOOKMAP, baby. And BOOKMAP is amazing. I gotta tell you, especially go to the website, the way they show the website, I gotta give it to them. Very smart plan. Future stock and trading platform. Check what candlesticks are hiding. You see the candlesticks. I see liquidity. We are not the same. You understand what's happening here? I never knew what this stuff was. This stuff used to scare me. People used to talk about liquidity, grab, action. I had no idea what was happening. Futures trading teaches you a lot more about the market, I will tell you. It's almost like you know, you can make tons of money spot. You don't have to futures trade, but to know about futures trading, to understand the ebb and flows of the market, the liquidations, the calls, the order book, it all comes into play. Imagine if I didn't sell right now, I'd be struggling, losing most of the gains. You see? The cross of the 200 moving average in the 1 minute is the entry. When you get too far away, you get out. No greed needed. Look, there's even a diamond here. This is awesome. Look at the diamond that was here. Look at that. Would you look at the diamond? It went the opposite of normal, but wow, it was a diamond. So is Bitcoin going to bounce here? Get the love and stay inside a more consolidative channel? Are we going to dump below that 200 moving average? And was this just the beginning of the inducement of the longs to get more longs to longs so they could flatten them again? We will find out by watching the charts. If we lose the 200 moving average, we'll be cooked. There's a chance this is a shoulder, a head, a right shoulder to the downside. But wow, that trade gave me adrenaline. I have to be honest. And I stayed calmer than normal. Usually I'm like, la la. I'm like, yeah, just a pump, because it's just another pump. Don't think I'm a genius just because I win. Don't think I'm a loser when I lose. There's just another day in my data set of trading. But I did make over $1,000 since about 1 in the morning. And I'm in a pretty good spot today, and I'm happy. So, hey, and I showed people how to trade properly. And if you listen to me or in my trading group, you made gains. And that's my role. That's my goal as a person. That's my role here, is to show up and not give nonsense and to hope that the information I give pans out nicely. I sold a local, I sold the top, like how? And I'm not trying to toot my own horn, even though it sounds like I am. I'm showing you how good the technical analysis works. Anyone can use this TA. I'm the human that used it. I'm, separate my ego from it, my personality and who I am. I'm just the guy who did the trade. You could be the guy that did the trade too. I pressed the button here and I pressed the button there. Last night I pressed the button there, I pressed the button there. Look at these are beautiful buys and sells. This one got a little messed up. Remember, I got stopped out of break even. Remember this one? Then I got in here, I got out there. I got in there, I got out there. You think I was a trading bot. I got in there, I'm doing better than the bot. I have to be honest. Me and the bot go back and forth. I beat the bot. The bot bought here, and there. The bot didn't buy any of those things that I bought. I made way more money than the bot last night. I'm just being honest. That's why the bot is great. Don't get me wrong. I love what it does. And again, the bot's actually in the money now from that buy. Like it's in a good spot. But don't think it can't, it doesn't replace my day trading. I still make more money off of smaller amounts. The bot does great, though, consistency. I can't be 100%. The bot can. So, like, the bot has an edge over me in some cases. I have the edge over the bot. In other cases, I become Voltron with the bot. So it just adds to my trading portfolio, my trading style. It doesn't take it away, and I don't supplement it. It doesn't supplement it. Like, the bot doesn't pay the bills the way I have to put way more money in the bot. You see what I'm saying? Like, hundreds of thousands of dollars for the bot to make, just a few $100 a day. But that's a guarantee. It's almost like, you don't want to say guarantee, but so far it's been a beautiful, just like an ATM. So anything can happen up and down, right? Shout out to all my beautiful people here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. 11:17. Let's jump back into the chat and see what you people are saying. We got probably a bunch of super chats to cover here, and let's break it down. All right, last one, PONKE. Wow, let's break it down now. So we got AERO, and we didn't forget about you. We just, we got into Bitcoin there and the Bitcoin trade. And hey, now it's kind of dwindling. So now what? Well, now we got to stay above that 15-minute 200 moving average. That's all. Consolidate a little bit here. Make some right shoulders. We can still get this pump up to 121, and maybe we continue to pump right now. You never know. I'm not trying to tell you I know what's going to happen for sure, because I don't. I do like to trade the moving averages, though. So look, let's get back to the 1 minute now. This is fun. Oh my gosh, this is fun. Once you know what you're doing, this becomes so fun. You know what I'm saying? Like, trading was scary to me. It wasn't always so fun. It was treachery. It was like I kept doing it, but I was like, man, I'm not, I was really good at speculative investing. I was really good at researching and understanding what was going to be hot, plopping my money in it for a few years, and getting paid. But day trading to me was a different beast altogether. I was very bad at it. My emotions went up and down. My nervous system went crazy. I ended up making decisions I didn't know I was going to make because I ended up feeling a way I didn't know I was going to feel. And then you added leverage to it, and it was just absolutely insane. I felt like I lacked control, right? And it bothered me because I was like, man, I want to have control. And I know I don't have control. And so I knew there was something wrong with my actual character. There's a character flaw that was stopping me from winning at leverage trading, day trading. And I said, I got to fine tune this and get rid of this, or I'm never going to be a winning day trader. And it really got under my skin. I had made millions of dollars already as an investor, putting my money in the right place. It wasn't about the money. It was about the challenge. Can I do it? So now, look, we won there. Now we can go like 100, 120 for 330, right? And we can put our stop below the 200 moving average on the 1 hour, on the 1 minute. And we just wait it out. We'll see if we're going to get what we're looking for here. The closer I trade to the 200, the better odds are that I risk less and win more. Understand? So the 200 is the goal every time to get close to. If I can't, the closest I can get to it, the better. And it also depends on what time frame I'm using. And then knowing how to juxtapose different time frames. Like right now, there's the 5, touching the 21 above the 200. That's my signal. I'm going to go for it because it's a signal on the 5 minute. I feel like I should go hard, like real hard on that one. So we opened up another live trade here for Bitcoin. And I told you I'm the king of 3%, man. The thing is already up 5%. How does he do it? How does he open the trade and it goes up $20 in a second? I don't know. I'll be down $20 in a second. Just be careful. Let's take it one step at a time. Could make a shoulder, head, right shoulder, stop me right out. Let's see what happens here for Bitcoin. Another live trade here on the channel, though, and then we're going to jump into the super chats. Look how we keep this moving. Keep you entertained, right? And now we're going to go into Bitcoin dominance. Someone asked about Bitcoin dominance. This looks like we could get the pump. 119,267. Let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance here and see what's happening. So Bitcoin dominance fell off a cliff. Beautiful sign for the altcoins, right? Look at that. We wanted that to fall down. That was my target. It hit it. You know, ETH did some damage. I say this heads to the 200 moving average on the daily chart. I say it's going there. It may go sideways again for a bit of a flag. But to me, more downside, which is going to be great for the altcoins. This could be the peak finally of Bitcoin dominance there at about 66%. enough is enough. People have the funds. They want to get in. Let's take a look at ETHBTC. So that's a really good sign for alt season, everybody. ETH Bitcoin breaking out. Unbelievable. And we talked about it. We went over this. I even drew it. Look at this. I drew it. I wanted to go more sideways, but then bang. Hit the target already too. Look at that. Hit the target that I had right there. ETH Bitcoin breaking out. Bitcoin dominance falling off. Ethereum booming. Hey, they put tons of money in Ethereum the last few weeks. Like big, big money. And look, I was looking for Ethereum to break out of this little flag here. It was above the 200, touching the 21. Look at that. Could have made it tighter, right? But that was just my projection. And then ETH breaks out to the upside. Let's take a look at Neural. So it's starting to really shape up for what could be a beautiful alt season. And we're not listening to 100 other YouTubers. We're not reading crypto Twitter. We're here doing the math, doing the due diligence, getting it in, you know. Let's take a look at Neural. DJI 6930. I'm in it. It's hot. Look it up. The next SPX 69, and it's really gaining steam with the cult following. I found it at $660,000 market cap. It's up huge. I put it out to the group the next morning where it already had made like a 10x, which is crazy. But it is what it is. You can't win them all, Sammy. I know. Would have been the come up of a lifetime. All right. Still could be, though. That's the thing. Neural AI. We got into this a long time ago, right? Still believe it as a great project, good team. Nothing really happened. Again, double bottoming, cup and handling. If the market rips, this will rip back up. It's kind of a simple concept. If it doesn't, then you're done. Like, you need the market to come back. The market comes back. This coin makes the W and then rips, and we could see it back to this all-time high and more, $17 or $18, which would be like a nice 6x, too, from here. God bless you and the fam, Sammy. Can you check out VeChain? Let's take a look at VeChain and see what's happened to VET, which used to be Ven. If you were back in the day with me, it was Ven. Yeah, you know, every coin's doing this 4-hour flag here with the double bottom. We're seeing it on multiple coins, right? And it's either like you kind of omit that little flag or you add that to it and you make it look like this, which is kind of sharp. So I've been just omitting, but it's a W too. And so the W suggests maybe you don't even follow that. You just kind of break out the W, but it would be nice if you consolidate. Either way, it does look like it's going to pump. You know, there's a 90% of coins look just like this. And my target there is about 03076 at that next resistance for VeChain. If you're lucky, it could come back down one more time for a nice gobble up at 02451 or 02421. And then a breakout to the upside. Anything is possible. VeChain on that 4-hour time frame, though, looking absolutely beautiful. Let's take a look at our baby AERO drone. AERO, baby, from JC, the average gamer. Hey, Sammy, can we take a look at AERO, he says. Of course we can. May God bless you. Thank you. Let's take a look at Aerodrome. I'm still in Aerodrome from 30 cents. So we're up a 3x right now, holding these gains. It's been taking a long time to really get where I want this thing to go over time, which I believe is $20 a coin. I watched Cake, which was the automated market maker for BNB, back when and Cake hit 7 billion market cap. You understand what I'm saying? And it went from 60 cents to $44. Now you have the biggest exchange in the game with a publicly traded stock, right? The market cap's close to $1 billion now. And I think this could easily get to $14 billion or more. I mean, Cake was $44 at $7 billion. There's going to be a different valuation, of course. But this thing, I don't see how it can't do that same move. 91 cents to $20. You know, maybe even 25. Heck, could it go to $50? It could. So there's some serious money here in Aerodrome. I don't think people realize because they've been downplaying it. But for me, and again, I'm not a financial advisor, and it doesn't look as amazing just yet, but we're still up a 3x after a year and a half of holding it, which ain't bad. You know, and so I nibble on AERO. I grab it here and there. I keep it in the portfolio. And you can buy it on Coinbase too, which makes it very simple and easy. Aerodrome. All right. So now when I look at Aerodrome on the daily, I can see that we had previous supportive resistance right here with the bounce at 4.9. And the same thing here with this little flag kind of cooking. If anything, I feel like it broke out of the flag. Like it kind of broke, yeah, it was in this flag that it broke out of. Now you're above the 200 moving average on the daily. The last time, that was a huge run. So along here with the stop below could be very, very advantageous. So let's put this here and check on it every couple of days. Even a lev trade, like it could be a long with a long right below like 72 cents. My near-term target is going to take it to 125. My bigger target to 226. Aerodrome. I'm very bullish on it. And if you're looking to get in again somewhere else, you're going to watch that 15-minute. Watch how it flags out. It's going to flag. That's how these patterns work. I don't need that. Sorry. Let me zoom into. I got you a little far away than you need to be. And then we're going to watch that 21-day moving average interact with price action. And we're going to get a rippage to the upside like we wouldn't believe, right? Just boom. And so that could be a scalp too to 104. I like what I'm seeing for AERO, and I gave you a bunch of different perspectives, long-term, short-term, small-term scalp, and how to watch it for an entry later on. Can't get better than that, honestly, when it comes to TA. Let's take a look here at PONKE and see what's happening to PONKE. I own PONKE. I believe in it. I love it. And again, I'll square this away again, but you can see, if we take away the moving averages, just for clarity's sake for a second, it's the cup and handle, right? And there's the handle. Here we had the cup. This is another coin that I say cup and handle on the 3-day. Just let it do its thing. This kind of follows when Pepe moves, PONKE moves, and they all... It is a meme. It's a highly speculative meme. Could go to zero. I see it headed back up all the way to 29 cents. And then when I put up the moving averages, I see them getting very tight. They're above the 200 on the daily. Very bullish sign. I wouldn't be surprised. That's telling me there's like an 80% chance that you're going to see PONKE in 2 to 3 weeks at 30 cents. You do what makes you happy, though, and I can't, like I'm not a financial advisor. Maybe it doesn't. I'm bullish on it. I own it. We'll go from there. All right. I'm loving it. SPX69 and DJ both hit new all-time highs today. Thanks for all your help, Sam. Join the 99 if you haven't already. Shout out to Scottish Crypto in the house, man. And SPX69 continues to pump and do damage. Unbelievable. Pay for all those losses times 10. Possible trade set up for Brett. Please, Sammy. We'll take a look at that. Thank you. You're on point, brother. Thank you, CJDV. Ethan Pepe ripping, my man. Your dedication to uplifting us all is legendary. Thank you, Ollie007. Sam, why do you raise the stop loss in this situation instead of closing the trade and not allowing price to retrace? Thanks in advance. Why do you raise the stop? Because sometimes it will continue to pump. And wouldn't you want to just get as much as you can? So I just keep following. Eventually you'll hit this, you'll try to sell at the top, and like you will never sell exactly the top. And I learned that. So I tried to do what you're saying many times. It did work. So I just kept raising the stop loss. And I ended up making more money. Too many times I did what you're saying, and I sold and it kept ripping. So now I go to really small time frames, watch how far we get for the 21, and take almost as much as I can. You can see I sold dang close to the top. Like not much more you could have gotten out of it. So I was pretty happy with that. I hope that answers your question. It makes kind of sense, right? Let's take a look at VELO here on Mexe. VELO. Last time I put out VELO, I said hello VELO. Look, a little flag here. Dolphin dipped and then eventually pumped. Wow, I like it though. 10-minute above the 200 moving average, touching the 21. And a consolidated flag, right? So that says you're about to pump to 020367 and it broke out already. I don't like to buy breakouts, but it's pretty bullish. The 1 hour still has that exact flag too, and the 1 hour is about to do damage. Really just broke out. Technically, you can try to hang it in there on a rising wedge, but wow. So you would be buying the breakout, stop loss on the other side of the 21 for me, but VELO looks like it's going to pump. And pump up to the target. Sorry, I keep grabbing that. Pump up to the target there at about 020367. I like what I'm seeing here for VELO. Very interesting. Shout out to the 1,784 beautiful souls here on the live. $124 in chat revenue, 516 likes. When we get those likes up to the watchers, I would greatly appreciate it. And people coming back from that July 4th vacation, seeing what happened and being like, dang, maybe I should have paid attention to crypto when I went away for that week, right? Hey, it's okay. I get it. It happens. Let's take a look at ETH and Pepe are ripping, somebody says. I like to see ETH rip. Finally going to cool off a little bit. I would look for the 1 hour to flag here. About 8 or 9 hours, 5 to 6 hours, maybe 7 at the most. Then I'd be looking for the entry again up to $3,500 Ethereum. Big boss. Let's take a look at Sol. We had a trade on Sol on the 8-hour time frame. Let's see how it weathered the storm. So this was the trade I gave you right here. It went up, it went down, it went up. It's up still, never got stopped out. Got somewhat closer to made that ugly, giant double bottom. You know, you could call it kind of a broadening rising wedge, almost two. But it's a W. That says it's going to pump. I would keep this trade open, and I would ride Sol to Valhalla. Says Sol's headed up to 182, 183, and you got this double bottom stronghold at 158. I say Sol, it might come back down a couple times, but I see in the long term it goes up without hitting the stop loss at 154. Solana, still bullish. I also give you a big trade here on Solana, which was the giant cup and handle on the bigger time frames. And that says you're going all the way up to 262, and we already entered this trade, and you're in the gains. At 149 was the entry, and this thing is ripping. So congratulations if you took this trade. You can almost start to bring the stop loss to break even soon, and you're below the 200 moving average on the 6 hour, the 8 hour, even the daily, but you got to get back above it, right? But here, you're just about to get back above the 200. That's going to be a massive pump. The next time you touch the 21 above the 200, that's going to be a massive move for Solana. Like right there, right there. Those are my favorite trades. I'll be looking to go extra hard on there and pay my entire mortgage off on that. You know what I mean? Like, now I can just go hard once or twice a year on the best setups possible and just nail them. Possible trade setup for Brett, my man says. Please, Sammy, let's take a look at Brett from CJDV. I don't know how I'm saying G. Let's take a look at Brett. Brett, one of my favorite coins. I still own some Brett in the portfolio. Let's take a look at Brett. And Brett actually on Coinbase too, so we can look at that. Oh, no, it's not. It should be, right? You think it would be. It's like their coin. Funny. We'll look at it on weeks here. They got it on weeks, so why not? Brett, it's like Solana. When Sol cracks that, look, 777s. When Sol cracks that 200 moving average, Brett does too. You know, they're both in these giant cup and handles. Like huge, right? And they broke out. Measured move is wick to wick. Bang. It takes you back to resistance. Then you'll go through this gap in the VRVP. I mean, that suggests you could get all the way back up to 14 cents, right? So Brett looks very bullish to me. Has support at 3.8. It bounced off previous support as resistance right about there too as well. It's got a little resistance right where it's at. Because it had bounce, which is previous resistance. Let's take a look at the daily. That level is going to be 0617, so 6 cents. 617, baby. So, again, everything is in the same pattern, right, on the 4-hour time frame. They're on the white, touching the 21, and they could either rip or they could come down and rip again. Like, so they're either going to pump or consolidate and pump. But I believe stop losses below these kind of double bottom, higher lows could really create a nice move here. So everything looks bullish to me. Bitcoin's got to play ball. Bitcoin dominance is where it's want. Everything looks like we're going to get this pump. And altcoins are going to start actually making a move. Ethereum looks good. ETHBTC is good. Everything is setting up. Everything is setting up. I think I got stopped out on my trade. Damn, they got me. That's why you don't chase too. Just $120, right? And so we were actually in the money for a second, but only for a second. And I made such a good day of day trading today. I don't think I'm going to, I have to be honest, my belly's full. You know, I'm like a hunter. My belly's full. Like, I don't need to hunt anymore because I did it. As a day trader, I nailed my, you know, my goals for at least 12 o'clock. I will trade tonight, 6, 7, 8 tonight, p.m. It's different. And so I like to trade between this time and then between about, I don't know, 7 and 1 in the morning tonight. You'll see me. I'm very active at night between 7 and 2 in the morning. I'm like an owl. All right. What? Did I say something funny? So look, virtual, same thing above the 21 in that double bottom. It's slanted though. Some of them have a straight double bottom, an uptrending. This one has a slanted one. Same idea though. And we want to see if we can get the pump to the upside. So I'm long virtual. I like what I'm seeing, and I believe it can do damage over time. Next target's 214. It's got a really good utility. It's a great project. If anything can come back and do numbers, virtual. Even I could see virtual at $20 one day. ORCA moves with Solana. Bit of a strange, almost a symmetrical triangle. Could go either way. I'd like it to look a little better. Doesn't even have that double bottom cooking for it like a lot of other things. It is above the 200 moving average. One hour's looking good. I don't know. Looks more like a descending triangle that's going to dump. Everything's pumping though, and it would go with everything else. I don't know. It just doesn't look as good as everything else. I'd have to wait for it to break out and retest personally. That retest would be the area I'd be looking at 264 just because it doesn't look as good. But it double bottom there and that's holding the gain. It could do some damage over time. Lifer, would you mind price prediction on Turbo, please, sir? Turbo price prediction. Let's look at Turbo in the long term. I mean, looks really nice to the 1 hour now compared to most. Look at that. I mean, that thing looks beautiful. That's getting very tight. I could see it plow ahead even past that measured move for the extended move to Turbo. I mean, price. I see it going to 0.08 very soon. So that's 3 on 5, which, 50%. Can you take a look at coin? We will. Turbo, thank you so much for all you do for the 99. Sarah, 9419, thank you. Cresco Crypto Gold pumping off the Powell news. We'll take a look at gold too as well from Cresco Crypto. And wow, you people are so active today. Thank you very, very much. $139 in chat revenue. The demand is insane for the super chats. Thank you very much. Possible trade set up for Brett. We looked at Sol. We looked at so many coins. ETH, VELO Labs. Like, wow. Thanks to everyone. Holden, TLA 989, Mad B, Chris Junkum. This has been awesome. Thank you so much. This has felt like a live stream from back in the day. Like, it doesn't feel like a live stream in the summer. This is hot. So God bless everybody. Thank you so much. I'm so blessed to be here. And I'm so thankful that we have a stream like this. Like, I don't know how it happens every single day. I just still this day say, dear Lord, thank you for everything you've given me. I don't know how you build something by showing up every day, but you do. That's how the world works, everybody. Turbo looks hot. I see a pump for Turbo. And again, showing up on the live stream in the summer is very important, right? Even I like to spend more time with the family and kids, just like everybody else. I got a life, but I want to be in the charts all the time. This stream will really, really serve you. So much information. Also, we timestamp every live stream. So if you miss it, we have all these coins timestamped. So just by looking at my timestamps, you could see what's likely going to pump. Like, that's insane, right? Shh, that's crazy alpha. Gold pumping off of the Powell news. Let's take a look at gold. That's not gold. We said gold was going to pump anyway. The chart suggested it would. Remember, I said we're at the bottom of the channel. Look for gold to pump. We did this in the macro technical analysis video. I see gold going sideways throughout this channel. And then somewhere about August 1st to 2nd, somewhere between the 1st and the 5th, I see it breaking out. And then it says it's going to get to almost $4,000 an ounce by the end or mid-September. So it looks like the dollar is going to be taking a massive hit to the downside. That's what the technical analysis suggests. And the TA it's right way more than it's wrong. So it's basically like having a crystal ball in your hand. Coinbase looks like it's going to erupt out a rising wedge and go on a blow off top to 559. Only a matter of time. The inverted head and shoulder broke out. I see it continuing to pump. It looks good to me. Coinbase skyrocketing to 557. Looks like it could be a blow off top, and it could get there somewhere by like the end of the summer even. This says it could get there by the end of July. I don't know if that's going to happen, but, you know. Can't wait for the price action book to drop. Thank you, Cresco Crypto. That's a good idea, right? Price action. The life and times of a trader. Sam Price. Price action. Amen, right? No one will have that claim with the last name, right? My dad said, hey, your name, last name's Price. You were born to be rich, Sammy. Hey, Daddy, I love you. Shout out to my man, Finn, my dad, James Price. God bless you, James. I love you, Jimmy. I love you, Dad. God bless my mom, Daisy, who would die 7 months later. What are the odds they would die together? I mean, they were meant to never live apart. I was always worried about which one of them was going to live apart and how it was going to tear that person apart. Maybe watching my mom live out my dad all those years would have been so more painful than watching her death, you know? So you don't know why God does the way he thinks he does, but he probably saved me from way more torment and pain than I ever would imagine. So, dear Lord, thank you for everything you've given me. Thank you for taking my mom on Thanksgiving the way you did. Surrounded by family, surrounded by love, surrounded with me, there with her. I was there to her last moment. I rode the ambulance with her. She was my flower. She was my soul. She was the sweetest thing that ever lived. She was my mom. I dropped something on the floor there, and then I had to pick it up, you know, just a little. But, you know, some days are harder than others. Some moments are harder than others. I got a little water in my eye because there's some dust in here. You know what I mean? A little bit of dust going on. Just want to see if I'm missing any super chats here. May God bless everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on and being absolutely amazing, too. They're never gone. They're living us always, 100%. Crypto Fear and Greed Index sitting at 70. That's awesome. If it can get into the 60s, I'd be even happier. So Bitcoin pumping, but the greed's going down. You tell me what's happening. You know, Bitcoin's ripping, greed's going back down. I love it, you know. Can you look at MAMO, newer coin, DeFi AI, play on base that moves lending funds on protocol between Morpho and Moonwell to get the best APR. That's pretty cool. I like that idea. And I love Moonwell. So let's see if the play on that. MAMO, right? Thank you for a new coin. And this is what I love. We start getting new coins all the time here. All right. And they got MAMO on MEXC too as well. Wow, so it's been ripping from the bottom there at 5 cents. Wow, it did a 4x since the 9th. Wow. So I was sleeping on this one, man. And then it comes back in here, touches the 21 with low stochastics on the 4-hour, and does a move to the upside as well. A lot of selling off because people are probably like, well, I got up pretty fast, right? They're probably pretty like freaked out. Like, how come it pumped so quick? So we got to go to the 1-hour time frame, and then we just kind of see, you know, we have previous supportive resistance. So just, you know, flag it out. If it stays inside this flag, we've got a chance to make some money on it. If it breaks back below this level here, 114, then it's losing support. And we have to think it would retest support and go lower. So far, so good. No reason to think it can't stop. It's newer, and it's pumping. Just give it, I don't know, 5 to 6, 8 hours, and there may be another move here. I'll put an alert on it. so that my team will know and everyone in my trading group will know too if it looks ready for me. Ada, on the 1 hour, please. RIP, Mama Price. God bless you, man. Thank you so much. Yeah, I didn't know the grief was going to hit me the way it did just there. Yesterday, I was able to talk about it great. This time, it choked me up hard. And for a second, and I didn't want to, I'm so sick of the crying, man. I don't want to cry on the show anymore. I really don't. And I just wanted to hold it together as best I could until the grief passed. Grief comes in waves, everybody. My mom died less than a year and a half ago, and she loved the summer. She loved the flowers. She loved how beautiful it is today. She would have been in such joy today, just over the weather alone. And I would have been able to show her my new house. But you know what? She's here in spirit, everybody says to me, and I believe you. Super chat, Cow and Cardano. Cardano looks beautiful. It's one of the calls right now. It's in a bull pennant about to boom. I see it going to 93 cents. But do whatever makes you happy. Let's take a look at Cow, USDT. And again, a lot of the stuff that I put out, if I put it out spot, it means you could trade at leverage if you want. I don't want to force people to trade leverage altcoins, but most people are going to. And if you don't understand, but there's so many setups in the trading group right now that you're kind of overwhelmed now. Now pick your fancy and really start to hone in. My wife just gave me a birthday gift. I looked and it was a reused gift bag. It was from us to my mom. She's been gone 4 years. Made me feel like the gift was from my wife and my mom. Unbelievable, man. Crazy how much we love our moms, man. Let's take a look at Cow. Cow pumping. Wow. Or Cow. Yeah, Cow. Someone asked about Cow, right? That was the super chat there. And MAMO. MAMO looks good too. I got an alert on MAMO now. Crazy. I was booming during the stream. I never thought it was going to hit me hard today. It's so crazy when it does. I watched her in that coma, man. I can talk about it now somehow, but I watched her in that coma, man. My beautiful mother. When her dentures fell out of her mouth, and it just, man. And you see how someone's reduced, like, this is it? Like, this was it? I watched my mom. I'm like, this is it? How her beautiful life ended? With her dentures out her mouth, in a coma, staring off into, like, what the? I could not. I still see it. I have post-traumatic stress from seeing her face, like, for days on end, 5 days straight. I slept with her hand I fell asleep with her hand. It was still warm. She was still warm. Her heart was still beating. She was still alive, man. Then I can't get into it, but then my sister said she like the way she was like dying wasn't good, and she hired this other company. And then while my other sisters were there, they were moving her and taking a tube out of her, and that's when she died. And I wasn't even there, and I was like, why were they messing with her? Why can't they just let her stay? But I'm sorry, I have to let some of this stuff out. And I got no one to tell. Sorry, guys. I'm over it. But Cow looks beautiful to me. It could get all the way to 57.91. A beautiful move here to the upside. I like it. And let's see if it can consolidate and do damage. Please, Bitcoin USD, should I sell now? I'm learning. Please help. I will never tell you what to do. So, yeah, I hope it goes well for you, but I wouldn't tell you when to buy or sell, man. You're going to have to figure that out on your very own, right? I mean, we're getting a bounce now back off the 200 moving average, which kind of wants me to get back in. This is my golden signal here. And we're above it. I guess I played like two different time frames because that I stuck to the 5 minute. It looks like I would have been okay for a bigger move. You see? So the 5 minute looks like we could get a nice pump here to 122.319 to the upside. I like what I'm seeing here on the 5 minute time frame. 119.250 is beautiful too. You let that consolidate a little more, it's going to tell us there's a possible trade there. Let's look on weeks and see if there's something we can let cook on weeks. We break it down. The 1 hour is in this flag. I can even kind of flatten it out there. It's touching the 21 above the 200 too. Which tells me there could be some movement here. And don't worry, I'm focused. The grief just comes and goes, but it doesn't steal my focus. Trust me on that. I got you locked in right now. Shout out to all the beautiful people here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. And it hits me. I can't stop that. You guys watch me day in and day out. Sometimes I lost my mom, man. It's real. I'm 42 years old. I'm a young man. I'm not that old, you know. A lot of people lost their parents before me, though, so I stay blessed that I had them as long as I did. I just never thought it was going to go like that. My vision was like, oh, they'll get old. Like all my other friends' parents got old, went into their 80s, and, you know, not me. My parents disappeared in like a half a second. It just didn't happen like everybody else, you know. But my other buddy, his mom died even earlier than my mom. She got like early stage dementia and was gone at 68. So like, hey, man, you know, nobody, you know, and you know what? Everyone's going to lose it, and nobody's going to get out of this one free. I already got it. I ripped the Band-Aid off. Like, for all you people that haven't lost their parents yet, like, I feel bad for you. You're going to go through a very hard time. It's not going to, I'm not telling you. It's like, that ain't going to be easy. You know? That's why you should be building a support system of beautiful people in your life right now. So when things do happen, you have great relationships to build you up and make you feel good. So love people right now. Cherish everyone in your life. Spend that time with them. You know what I mean? Go all the way. Like, if you have a friend and they have you to dinner, get that extra thing when you show up at their house. Just be awesome. You know? Do nice things for everyone in your life. Create good relationships, because when you're down and out, when things are tough, you're going to need those people in your life. You're going to need those people in your life. You see what I'm saying? So, I know we teach money and we teach finances, but man, build relationships. Be a good person. Have good people in your life, because there's going to be times where you really want to rely on them, and it's not going to be easy to be alone, you know? So, take it from me. I've been through a lot, and you guys have been there for me this entire stream, so thank you. And I never know. Today was a great stream, too. We're rocking and rolling, man. Taking profits, whooping butt. But if they could see me now, right? I'm going to make this trade. I like it. It looks good to me, you know? We won there, so I think it's worth it. I don't want to be too risky, but 126? Figured I'll probably scalp small. You know what I mean? I'm going to take the trade. The bigger time frames look good to me, but you never know. This one I can cook throughout the day, and then we'll go, look at the 777s again. 2 sisters. Like, what is the odds of that? So weird, you know, every time. Anyway, I'm going to jump on out of here for the day. Let me take a look at the super chats. Bitcoin's starting to get kind of some rippage here. 119,400. It's getting violent. I mean, the volatility has been amazing. You have to admit. We're getting so much volatility that there's actually, remember there was no volume. We're like, we can't make money if there's no volume. There was that time in like the bear market where it was time. Look at this, short squeezing again, then long squeezing, then short squeezing. They're going back at it. It's been amazing. Brother, you're such a beautiful person. God bless you. You know, we only learn from these kind of experiences, and we will be better and teach our children 100% love. Your parents are so proud of you. You wear pants on the stream now, all growing up. You're funny, man. I know, right? Toshi, levels to watch, and will it continue to pump and hit possible all-time high? God bless you, Sam, and all the lifers. God bless you, man. We went over Toshi yesterday. Now Bitcoin's slumping around. You know, but remember, we did not risk a lot on that trade, so we can handle the movement. SPY ripping, yeah. The SPX is going to continue all-time highs for sure. That's how we've been talking. If you watch my macro videos, Tech 100 back above. The NASDAQ just made a beautiful inverted head and shoulder. Would have loved to see that. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. Look at that. Like, this thing just really respects technical analysis. Shoulder, head, right shoulder, bang, measured move, right? I mean, just boom. Cross that 200 MA. Look for more pump today on that nasty NASDAQ. Just heavily focused on Bitcoin, too. Watching this 119,100 now level. Battle it out on weeks here. So we got a live trade on weeks. We could go to 126,000 all-time high out of this weird move. If we can get back above the high at 120,000. Everyone, I'm going to jump out of here for the day. May God bless each and every one of you. Thank you so much for being here. And love you, Sam. You're amazing. Thank you so much, HC Collections, Toshi. We'll continue to pump and hit pause all-time high. God bless you, Sam. We'll take a look at Toshi for you, and then I got to jump on out of here for the day. We do see a CME gap at 115,000. You know, I believe it will. Toshi is booming. I gave Toshi just the other day out this flag. Suggested it would consolidate and likely pump, but consolidate a little bit, hit the target, it was gone. Toshi hit the target. Look at that. Did exactly like it was supposed to do. And I see it hitting a bigger target at 00119 over time. Out that cup and handle. But congrats to anyone that hit Toshi for gains. Target hit. Look at that. Target hit for Toshi. Bang. And you're going to start seeing gains pouring out of this trading group. People are going to fight to get in. You're like, man, I wish. And people that left are going to jump back in. Man, why did I leave? I thought the market was going to dump. Sammy stayed in, bought more Bitcoin on the lows, and look where he is now. If you don't give up, if you keep pushing, you're going to get the benefit. That's it. But it's every single day. You think it's easy for me to show up every day? Heck no. You think I've done this, through Dubai? I was jet lagged. I was beat. Nothing. No matter how bad I want to stop, I tell myself, just keep moving. Somehow, some way, the next day will come. Keep moving. Somehow, some next day, the next day will come. Keep moving. I repeat that to myself. And you know what? Somehow, some way, the next day comes. And you know what? I keep moving. God bless everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. We gave you everything we could, from live trades to ups and downs to super chats and more, and raw emotion. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you so much for being here and getting me through some of the hardest times of my life. I love you. I appreciate you. And remember, you can, you will, you are the best. I studied all the a lot of millionaires and billionaires. I read a lot of books. I meditated on finance. And you know what I found out? I found out what the secret to success is. There's a secret to success that all successful people know. Everyone that's been successful, they know this secret. You know what it is? The secret to success is getting started.